Look who's here. We're very excited this morning to welcome the extraordinarily glamorous and always terrific Penny Stein, who is absolutely South Africa's PR doyen. Not only has she worked with international A-listers, incredible concepts, but she's someone who's passionate about making a change in South Africa. And one of the things that she does, which I know everybody's going to be extremely pleased to support too, is Women and Men Against Child Abuse. Now, if you'd like to know more about this, we've got a chance to talk to her today. Hi, you Pen.
Hi, Gareth. Lovely to chat with you. It's been a while.
You're always looking so fresh and full of life and full of beans. How's the lockdown been so far?
Pretty tough, I
Yeah.
must say. Pretty tough for all. Very kind of confusing, very disorientated. Everything takes a lot longer than normal.
Yeah.
I've taken in a couple of kids and families. So I have a full house, people at risk. So I've been feeding sort of 12 people a day for 5 months. So
Oh my
there's
God.
my purpose at the moment.
The Penny Stein soup kitchen.
It is. It is. It's become that. But
So Pen, I mean, let's get straight into it because you brought up the kids, and
yeah.
I know you've always been one of these people who's been happy to devote your time and your energy and your money and whatever other resources you have to helping other people. You've done this with a number of other foundations. You've been involved in some tremendously successful charity drives and community projects. But Women and Men Against Child Abuse is something we both take very seriously. I've been a patron there for years, and whatever I can do to help. It seems to me that it's the most deserving cause because we have such a scourge in this country of women who are abused and children who are abused, mostly by men. And the organization is Women and Men Against Child Abuse. And I know we've spoken a couple of times to Miranda and some of the other great people in WAMCA, as we can shorten
WAMCA,
it.
yes.
But tell me about what's going on there and how you got involved and what you're doing at the moment.
So, basically, during the pandemic, I'm a great dog lover too. So Miranda Jordan, who founded and heads up WAMCA, is also a dog lover, and she's got a tribe in Alex. And I phoned her and I said, I've raised 150 dog blankets, come and fetch for your animals.
Yeah.
So she popped round, we had a cup of tea, we started talking community, how people are managing in COVID. And she said to me, don't you want to come and add some human capital to us for the next 6 months? I said, I'd be delighted. So I'm now part of that team, which I'm so happy about. As you know, I started the Rape Comfort Pack campaign last year on my own, when I heard that there were no rape kits in police stations. Fast forward, and at the moment, what is going on is lockdown has created an enormous amount of abuse towards children. In fact, the clinics that we have in Boksburg and in Alex have been running on skeleton staff, obviously due to COVID. They're now having to open up full time. The backlog is great. The kids that are coming in do not have masks. And often when a kid is brought in, they're brought in by a family member, a mother, a father, social services, a police. They have no mask. So often you get a kid and a family that comes in that have no protection. So not only are we fighting COVID, but we're fighting abuse. So we're masking up every family. So you can imagine a family comes in, 4 people come in, no one's masked. You can't let them go out masked. So we're masking everybody. Right. On top of that, we want every family member and child to have that. We're running about 422 therapy sessions a month. So that is for new cases, regular therapy, play therapy, narrative therapy, whatever kind of therapy. That is at huge cost. And this is not pro bono work. This is social workers, psychologists, professionals who are dealing with these kids. So we're running a campaign to ask the public that, considering COVID-19 is so rampant in Gauteng, and our clinics are in Boksburg and in Alex, if they consider donating 60 Rand towards a mask, we will give the kids a mask, and that will also help us a little bit towards paying for a therapy session. So, Gareth, the need is great. It's awful, it's tragic. This is a much bigger conversation, but if we can just play a small part in trying to fight these two pandemics we have at the moment as individual citizens, wow, we will make a difference, and we can. And we'll leave the real big, achy work to the professionals to handle.
Yeah, those professionals. You know, we don't have enough social workers and therapists in this country, right? There's a huge dearth of them, and unfortunately, they are professionals. They're people who have worked hard to be able to do what they do, and they make a massive difference. But they don't do it for nothing. They're not expected to.
They're not expected to. And, you know, forensic nurses are also, you know, highly, highly skilled and highly qualified women and men. So we have forensic nurses. So we have the whole gambit of professionals. But then remember, with Women and Men Against Child Abuse, they're not only the rape clinic. So they don't only do assessments, they actually take it so much further. And they take on the victim and take on the justice system, and hopefully put the perpetrator behind bars. So it's a very long, very expensive process. And you can imagine how all of them feel on a daily basis.
Yeah, it's such difficult work. Now, I know that you pour your heart and soul into these things. I'm just wondering, and there are many people like you and Miranda who do this. Unfortunately, not enough. I say many. We could do with, if I could copy and paste 1 million Penny Steins, we'd have the country sorted out like that. But how do you get through the day, Pen? I mean, this is not easy work, and a lot of it is so sad and so depressing and so traumatic. To be a witness to. How do the people at Women and Men Against Child Abuse make it through the day?
Well, I think they have periods where they lull and they're going to burn out and exhaustion like everybody. And then, you know, there are certain people in life that you meet who, when their reserves are empty, they find an extra battery somewhere.
It's amazing.
And just turn it on. So, it's tough work. Listen, you're seeing the worst ills in society in this work.
Yeah, you're seeing the ugly underbelly of what really goes on in South Africa. And it's not a pretty picture.
Well, it's global, Gareth. You know, I mean, it's global, but it's awful here. I mean, I suppose the button that it pushes in me every single day to carry on is how evil humanity has become. And I think that's really of the innocent and the most vulnerable. So that's really where I am at the moment. So the details on the mask campaign are up on our website. So we're on Facebook, we're on Instagram, WAMCA, and all the details are there. And Gareth, if you can help us, wow.
Sure.
We'd be so grateful.
If anybody can, I mean, what we're gonna do is put up the bank details on the website. We'll also put all the different links to social media, and you can go and look at what Women and Men Against Child Abuse do. If you're not familiar with the great work that they do, it'll take a couple of moments of your day, and you can make a contribution. You know, for many of us, 60 Rand, Sia's going to buy cheese from the Uber guy today. That's going to cost him more than that. So it's really something that we can all do. And I don't think that it's saying too much that every bit helps. And thank God that there are people out there who are looking. We're all going through a tough time with lockdown. Everybody's panicky about this disease, whether they've had it, they haven't had it, whether they're scared of getting it. And there are people who are more vulnerable than you and me. So if we can help in some way, this is the way to start doing it. But well done to you. I mean, listen, with you on their side, I'm sure this is going to help Women and Men Against Child Abuse with, you know, getting the attention that they deserve. How many people actually work in the organization, out of interest?
So each clinic has about 12 full-time staff, and then they have social workers who come in because obviously everyone's rotating, because we have 420 kids come in, so they all have their own kid. So, you know, it's a good 30, I'd say it's a good 25 to 30 full-time, and then of course they bring in other people. So, you know, this is not something, you know, as you say, bring the awareness. It's a very difficult thing to bring awareness to and about, because people are not that receptive to listening and hearing about it.
It's just so horrible that a lot of people don't want to talk about it. So they just put it out of their mind and think, well, if I don't think about it, it's not happening.
Well, that's what I'm saying. So I mean, in terms of my commitment to spreading the word, creating awareness, developing initiatives, making a difference for the next 6 months, I'm going to shout it out loud. Trust
Good.
me.
Thank
I'm going to
goodness.
shout it out loud. And thank you for the support, Gareth. I really appreciate it.
Well, it's always good to see you. Penny Stein, thank you so much. Hopefully we have other reasons to talk that are not all serious through the course of the next few weeks. But good luck to you for the rest of lockdown. And if you want to help, you can go along to cliffcentral.com and we will post all the links and the bank details. Make a little contribution, a big one. It's totally up to you. And you can do that on our website. We'll post everything you need to know right there. Thanks, Pen.
Thank you. Take good care. Bye.
Good to see you. Isn't that incredible stuff?